Hey everyone, today I'm joined by Mazen Lawand from Saudi Arabia. Mazen is a guitar player, pianist, music producer, and music educator. Mazen, I want to begin by asking you, how is formal music education perceived in Saudi society?
So formal education, I would say it's still an argument to be had in Saudi. There is no official formal education. Like the schools still don't teach it. It is still not formally under the Ministry of Education. It's still not there, but it's gonna happen. It just needs some time. The society itself, it's split between people who are okay with it and then people who would say no because for many reasons, whether it was economic reasons, like, oh, you're not going to be able to make money and sustain a family living like that as a musician, which is so is the same mentality in the Arab world, actually, not just Saudi, just the entire Arab world has this view that musicians live like bums and they don't make enough money and they can't sustain a family. And the other reason being religious, not really favored amongst religious people. Um, so yeah, those are the reasons. But there's another sect in Saudi, like there is a popular opinion in Saudi where music is okay, and even actually most people agree that music is okay for entertainment. So if you're gonna entertain me with music, that's fine. But if you want me to formally study it and then become a musician myself, then that probably, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
where we draw the line.
yeah.
But it's changing slowly. It's changing.
And so, given what you've said, what does a typical student look like for you? Those who actually come to study with you, are they doing it as a hobby? Do they actually want to pursue it as a profession? What do you find is the case usually?
Um, Usually it's as a hobby. The ones who want to pursue it as a profession are the older ones. So the people who are the adults, basically. They are already self-taught or they've already had former lessons in their life. But yeah, they know what styles that I'm into or that I'm good at, and they want to try and learn that, whether it was like maqam system or maqam and jazz harmony, or just more contemporary harmony with maqam system. So they
Yeah.
would come trying to learn that, or just jazz, just like plain old 2-5-1, things like that. So but those are more the adults, and those are split in half. So then you have the hobbyists, and then you have the professionals. The professionals, some of which who are in the music scene, and the hobbyists who are not in the music scene but really like to play music, as a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned styles and jazz, and do you find that Saudi society values certain music styles over others? Maybe they're considered relevant or more prestigious.
Yeah, they really like jazz in Saudi. People really, really like jazz. They like all kinds of music, actually. Saudi itself has a very rich musical culture. It's just that it's like they don't really like to talk about it though, I feel. But they do through the Saudi orchestra. So they would Saudify a lot of, famous songs when they go and perform internationally. And they want to show people, oh, we have, unique rhythms, and which they do, honestly. But it's still not like it's like society, like on this level of society, they're kind of like, yeah, we do, but we don't really like to talk about it, kind of thing. At least that's the vibe that I get. You know what I mean? Like it's like they're I don't know, I feel like they're a little ashamed of it, but it's wonderful. It's one of my favorite Arabic music in the Arab world. I think it beats a lot of the other um music from Egypt or the Levant. Even though I'm Levantine, I'm Lebanese, but I've been living in Saudi most of my life. And I think Saudi music is just one of the best Arabic music out there, honestly. It's so unique. It's so good. It's so unique. It's crazy. They have their own kind of swing. They have so many different variations of beats. They have a whole percussion ensemble. There's a whole thing to it. But I just wish like they, you know, they teach it like because the way they teach it is like, oh, my uncle plays or like my grandpa plays and he taught me or something like that. So it's very I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting to say the least. It's very interesting how they yeah.
If I can bring you back to your point of they like jazz a lot,
So if you meet anyone like and you ask them about a couple of jazz songs and they probably know them, like Fly Me to the Moon or Autumn Leaves or any of those songs, they know them. People like to listen to them. And there are some Arabic artists as well who have done some of their own renditions on those songs. Like there is a Feiruz version of Autumn Leaves, you know what I mean? There are some songs that take some concepts from jazz and they mix them with Arabics. It's nothing new. It's something that's been happening for a while now. So people are familiar with jazz in Saudi Arabia and people like it. So that's why when we had a couple of jazz fests, they were like they were sold out. A lot of people came and they
that's great.
liked it. Yeah.
And finally, how do you think Saudi society, the way it's set up right now, is rewarding somebody like you who is formally educated in music? What avenues does it create for somebody like you to do their work?
Well, there's a lot of avenues. Like there's gigs all the time. Like there are gigs everywhere. You know what I mean? So there's always an event. There's always like a some kind of entertaining kind of event where they need like bands to play. So I'm always sessioning with different artists. And they do have something called Middle Beast. I don't know if you've heard of Middle Beast. So it's a thing that happens every year. It's a huge music festival, and they bring a lot of local bands and international bands, and it's like a 3-day fest. It's crazy. And then there's another thing called XP, which is also a 3-day event. It's a little bit not as it's not as intense as Middle Beast, but they also bring like aspiring artists, local and international, and they set up like booths to where artists talk about their careers and what they want to do and or new concepts in music. So yeah, so those are a couple of big events that happen every year. And then you have the other events, like there's like more corporate events where they require like bands to come and play. um, and these events like have nothing to do with, you know, music fests or anything like that, but it just shows you how much people in Saudi really appreciate music and they really want to be around it all the time. So whenever there's like a corporate event or something, always expect to get a phone call. We need you to play from this hour to that hour. So yeah, it's good. It's been good. I feel like I've been, yeah, and alhamdulillah rewarded in a good way. Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Thank you so much, Mazen.